Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have an interesting new concept. At least it's a concept that I haven't ever seen. Um, there may have been a another version of this done that I have not seen. But this is the one I saw. It was fairly highly rated, so I thought I'd give it a good look. Uh, it is called Y Numerals Level 2 by burgermason. And I don't recall offhand if I've done a puzzle by burgermason or not. I think I have, but I don't quite know. Anyway, let's take a look at the rule sets because it is different, and let's get started on it. So we've got normal Sudoku apply. So every row, every column, and every 3x3 box contains the digits 1 through 9 once each. Then we have digits separated by a y, sum to 15. So it's kind of a riff on our xv. It makes sense if you think about it in terms of the y, because it's kind of a combination of the two. Anyway, a digit separated by an x, sum to 10. So we've got a bunch of, these are the y's, obviously I didn't point this out. This is an x, and then digits separated by a v, sum to 5. So there's a couple of v's. And then we have adjacent digits on green lines must differ by at least 5. That's our standard German whispers. So since this was a y to 15 type of concept, I thought it'd be a nice puzzle to take a look at it. And with that said, link is in the description below. Let's get started. So, where to start? Well, I guess if we think about the y constraint, there's going to be kind of a similar reduction in what can occur, kind of similar to the v, because there's only going to be two ways to make a 15. It's either 9, 6, or 8, 7. So we'll have to keep that in mind. The other thing to think about in this puzzle is going to be we have a lot of German whisperers, and we have a lot of our X, V's, and Y clues. So we're going to have the ability to think about where 5s go, because 5s can never go on a German whisper, can never go on a V, can never go on an X, and now can never go on a Y. So none of these can be 5, so this is 5. One of these must be 5. One of these is 5. One of these is 5. And we might not get too far beyond that at the moment, but that's okay. Next thing I would start to do is label up our V's, because those V's are going to have an impact on our German whispers, because we know V's are low digits. I can color those as well. Now, if these are low digits, we know that every other one from that is going to be low as well, and the adjacent ones are going to be high, because that's how our German whisper logic works. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. So these are all going to be high. This is high. This is low. And we're going to have the Y clue kind of come into play here as well. We can also take a look at what some of these digits can be. Let's start with the highs and lows at the moment. This has to be low because it's 2 along on the German whisper and it's adjacent to the next clue. And we know that these are all high for multiple reasons. One is the German whisper. The other is our Y clue. We know the Y, if it has to have 2 highs. And we also know that we already had all 4 of our lows. So let's put all our high digits in our Y's. And that's going to give us some more low digits. What else are we going to be able to see here? I'm sure we can probably do something with these German whispers to determine more highs and lows. Let's take a quick diversion here and look back onto what certain digits can go in some of these. Because this digit here, we can tell you right now, cannot be a 4. Because it forces a 9 into all of those. So if we get rid of the 4, that can't be 1. This is the same concept. This is going to be the same concept. This cannot be a 4, so it's 1, 2, or 3, which forces 6, 7, 8. Now we cannot rule this, well, No, we can't. Okay, I thought we might have had some. We can't rule this out as 6. We can't rule it out as 6, 7, or 8 because the y allows all that to occur. What else do we have? This can't be a 4. So if we can figure out, we can. Okay, so that's what I was hoping we would find. We've got 3 low digits in a row. These 2 digits have to be of the same polarity. They're either high or low. Therefore, they cannot both be low because that would put 5 low digits. So these are all, wrong button. These are all high. This is also high, and this is low. Can we get anything further with those? We have 3 high now here. So we can only have 1 high in this line. And if we made this high, it would force this to be high and break this. So this has to be the low, which means these are both low. These are both high. Now we have all our highs, so this must be low. And let's think or scan to see where else we have something going on. So these are all going to be of the same variety, either high or low. Is there anything there that's going to cause trouble? Not necessarily. We might have to do some different coloring to see if this interacts with this and creates problems somewhere else. Well, I guess what we can say is, let's look at this first. I just saw something. This has to be a high and a low. Therefore, we have 3 highs. These 2 have to be the same in terms of high or low again, because they are 2 apart. So these can't be high. They must be low. Therefore, this is low, and these are all high. Now I think we can go back here and look at this guy, because all of these have to be the same again. They can't all be high because that would put 5 highs. These are lows. These are all, wait, sorry. These are all high. This is another low. And there's going to be something with this guy where we can probably figure something out. Let's take a look at what else we've got left over. So we know one of these is high and one of these is a 5. What else do we have on our German whispers before we start getting into the actual numbers? Because there's probably going to be some information we can use. Well, I mean, we know this can't be a 6. I said we couldn't do that previously, but now I just looked at it again and realized that all of these would have to be 1s, which doesn't work. And this can't be a 4, so this is actually a 2-3 pair. If this is a 2-3 pair, this is an 8. Okay. So that kind of cleared some things up. And if this is a 2-3 pair, or sorry, it's a 2 or a 3, it can't be a 3 because it would force this to be an 8 and a 9, so this has to be a 2. Okay. What else do we have? This has to be a 3 just because it's the only one left, therefore this is 2 and 3. All right. And can we use that information to do anything? These have to be 1, 3, and 4. This can't be a 4. There has to be a 2 down here somewhere. We know one of these is the 4. What about these? Let's use this, the obvious stuff that's sitting on the table. This is a 7. These have to be from 6 and 9, and this can't be 6. So this is 6. This is 9. These two have to be from 6 and 8. These guys, 7s, 8s, and 9s. Yeah, this could be a 3, because we can get the 8 and the 9 in. So there's a 2 down here. Okay. Let's, I think we need to figure out this color. And I mean, we can probably continue with getting digits, but I think, yeah, this has to either be a 2 or a 4. It can't be a 4, so it's a 2. But can we put coloring to this? Because I think that will be a benefit to us. Well, this can't be a low digit now that we think about it. Because if this is low, it has to be a 4, which would force a 9 here, which can't be. Okay, so the combination of the coloring and the actual digits is working. So this is a high digit, which means this is high and this is low. This has to be from 1 or 3. This has to be 6 or 9. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 6. This can't be 6. This can't be 6. Okay, so that's a 7, 8, 9 pair, which puts this as 6, this at 1. This has to be a 4, because we've got 2 and 3 already, and the 1 is sitting up there. So that means this is 9. These are not 9s. The 8s and the 7s work with both of those. Obviously, they have to. This is a 5, 3 pair, and the 3 can't go there. So that's 5. That's 3. I'll put the color in just to keep it going. What can this be? It's either a 1 or a 3. Cannot be a 4 because we don't have a 9 to go with it. This could be 1, 3, or 4. What about this guy? This is either 2 or 3. This is either 1, 2, can't be 4. And then this is 1 or 2. Okay, so we get a 1, 2 pair here because we can't put the 3 because of the row, and we can't put a 4 on either of these because that would put multiple 9s in here. So this is a 1, 2 pair, which means this is 3 and this is 4. That makes complete sense. Forces this to be a 2. It's the only thing left here. And it creates what for this Y? Again, it can't be 9, 6 because we have a 6, so this is an 8, 7 pair. What about U? 7, 8, or 9? All right. And we don't quite know the 5 in this column yet. One of these has to be a 6 if we look at the column. This clearly can't be, so this is, which forces this to be the 1 and this to be the 2. This has to be a 7 or an 8, and it's got 3, 2, and 1, so it has to be 8, and this has to be 7, this has to be 8, this has to be 7. Very nice. This has to be high, and it cannot be a 6, so it is an 8. These are a 5, 6 pair. These are, well, this is just a 9 if we look at the row, and therefore this is a 4. We'll color it. These have to be 1 and 7. Good, 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 good. What are these anyway? They are 5 and 9. Let's put them in. And we can figure out what some of this other stuff is. We have to have 4, 6, and 9. Didn't give us much, did it? Okay, let's go back to looking at what our clues are giving us. We know that the 1 has to be on here because we've used all the other low digits. That 1 could go with anything. But it does tell us that we have an x-wing on 1, so none of these are 1s. We can't have a 1 on a y, so this is 1. And what are our options for these other? Well, this can't be 8, 7. Okay, so this is 9, 6. That forces these to be from 4, 5, and 7. This is not 4. This is not 7. And one of these is a... No, we don't know that one of these 3 could be a 9. So we've got to find the next little bit. In terms of 6s, can we make a determination down here? If neither of these are 1s, what does that say? It pushes a 1 out here. And puts a 1 here. But I don't know that we can make that determination yet. Let's look at this guy. He's either 6, which he can't be, 7, or 9. Wait, that was just a misclick. This is 6, 9. And we still have to be able to put a 5, 1 low, and 1 high in these 3. Okay. We just see, oh, this 7 here. Didn't see that until now. This can't be a 3, so it has to be a 1. Therefore, this is a 1, because now we have 1s looking in here. So that's 1. If this is a 1, we cannot put a 1 in either of these two. Therefore, this can't be a 6. It's an 8. Now, this is a 7, 9. So one of these is a 7, which means this one has to either be a 1 or a 2, and it can't be a 1. So it's a 2. Good. And this is either 3 or 4. That's not quite determined, but the 8 here says this is 6. This guy is not quite determined yet either. All right, so we've got, it looks like we've got the majority of our German whispers done. And the question is, do we just start looking at Sudoku? Yes, that's helpful, because this is a 1 at least. And I'll continue to put color again just to finish things up. What about the 2s? We know one of these and one of these are 2s. It's my dog in the background. Hopefully she doesn't ask me to get up to let her out, but she probably will. This is a 3, 5 pair now. Yes, I see you down there. Right. So we're going to have, maybe we need to finish our coloring. That might be useful. Let's think about it. Don't see anything specific where we can do that. All our clues do appear to be done to a point. Okay. This is always the worst part for me. We hit a little snag in trying to figure out where to look next. What about here? It's the only thing we haven't really worked in. There's a 1 on it. We know that. But it could be 1, 6, 1, 7, or 1, 9. Well, oh, can't be 1, 7. Sorry. So there's no 7 there. So where does a 7 go? No, we can't use that because this could be a 7. What are these guys? Oh, this is 7-9 pair. Sorry, there's an 8 there. That's what it hopefully was. And these two digits have to be from 3 and 5. Now, it doesn't quite finish that, does it? This can't be a 7. Okay, that forces the 6 and a 9 like this. That 9, though, allows this to be either 1. Okay, this is not 9 or 6, so this is 4. Let's get rid of those 4s. This 9 here gives us our 6 and our 9. Hopefully that's going to get us further, because we have quite a few digits here now. We have to be able to fit a 4 in somewhere. What are the actual digits? We got 4, 7, and 8. This can't be 8. So there is an 8 over here somewhere. What about you? We have the 3, 4, 5, and 7. This cannot be 3 or 7, so it's either 4 or 5. That doesn't do it either. What about here? We must have some given digit over here. There must be a 7 over here. Like, there we go. So there's no 7 here. Therefore, this is 7. And we'll mark that as such. Now, looking down here, what do these need to be? We need to have 4, 5, and 6. This can't be 4. This can't be 6. So therefore, this is the only location of a 6. That removes this from being a 6. So that's a 1-9 pair, and that's going to give us 7, 9, 5, 4, 7. Did we did not quite. We can keep moving. We'll find something, I'm sure of it. Let's continue our coloring. Low, highs. These were both highs. I missed doing the coloring there. That 9 right here gives us our 5 and a 9. That's going to give us a 4, 3, 5. Just give me 1 minute, honey. This is 2 and 8. These have to be 3 and, what, 6? Okay. Now the X-swings that we're getting aren't doing too much. So let's continue. This 9, no, it doesn't quite determine what that is. What's in the rest of these digits? 2, 3, 4, and 5. No. What about this? 3, 5, and 7. No. Oh, the 4 here. Let's do that. 8 and 4. That is going to come down here and give us our 2 and our 8. That 4 didn't quite do anything. Anything else? The 2 and the 8 didn't quite do it. Oh, 9. Here we go. 1 and 9. So we can change our coloring here. That 1 is going to give us our 7 and our 1. Again, let's do our coloring just to get it done. That 7 puts a 7 up here. This has to be from 3 or 5. 3 6s, 5s and 6s. No. Okay. What are these guys? 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what we said. This can't be 2 or 4. This can't be 4. Oh, that can't be a 2, so this is our 2. No. Okay. Now let's do our coloring again. Sorry. Keep neglecting that. I get that taken care of, just so it's all good to go. And we have to be to the point of Sudoku. So let's go through the rounds. 1s are done. 2s are done. 3s are done. Okay, that's all I needed to do. 4 makes that 5, that 3, that 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 5. Let's do our coloring before we go too far. And we're going to know that this is low and this is high, and this is going to be our 3 and our 6. There we go. You solved the puzzle. Solution is correct. So yeah, excellent puzzle. I really liked the Y constraint here. There were a couple of things where it just took me a second to see where the next clue was, but otherwise everything flowed quite beautifully. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed that one. I did as always, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.